like a major lawsuit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
not do that. Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I think they should definitely put out the call to Phaedra, see
Mhm.
what she says, and yeah, bring her back. She's tearing up traders, so I
Mhm.
think they see her.
like between, I mean, if you want people, if
Mhm.
you want to save the number one franchise, the highest rated franchise
Yes.
ever,
Yeah,
and
Yep.
you tell me it's going
yeah.
to be fate. Listen, again, we have $2.8 million to play with here. So, and
Yep.
honestly, I don't, Phaedra to me is cheaper than Porsha. You can get her for cheaper.
I
You
think so.
think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Portia's
I think
husband
so.
got all that money.
I
Why would
think,
she ever work?
yeah,
Yeah.
I really
Right.
don't believe, like, I think Phaedra is always looking for her. And this is just my opinion, which I
Hmm.
think she's just always looking for her next gig, which no
Yeah.
shade.
The
And I
hustler.
think
Yeah.
she
Hmm.
does need a job. I think
Hmm.
Porsha really truly moved on from Housewives. Like she wasn't one of
I
those
think so.
talking about it. She wasn't one of those
Yeah.
bitter. She
No.
really
Mhm.
was like, my life is fine. I might never be back. She got a spin-off. I think she
Hmm.
was fine being off TV. Like I definitely think they
Hmm.
came to her. Now I don't think they gave her $2.8 million, but I think they probably gave her like $1 million to come back.
They gave her a good
Wow.
check. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
I
And
think you
she
can get
got,
Phaedra for less. Yeah, go on.
yeah,
Sorry.
because she got a big check, and then she also got like a scripted talent deal with
Yeah.
NBC. Yeah, she got
What?
like a,
Yeah.
Scripted?
yeah, she signed like a scripted
Oh.
deal so she can produce other projects or whatnot. So
Oh
she got a nice little
wow.
deal for sure to bring her back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, I
Um,
think yeah, Phaedra would definitely go for less.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
definitely.
gonna say. Yeah.
yeah. I would say the same. But yes, justice for her. What about justice for Phaedra? What about Vanderpump Rules? Where
Oof.
are we? Because I mean, the comments are just all over the place when I talk about Vanderpump, about how people.
Oh.
I think it's a mixed season. A lot of people I think like it, and a
Mhm.
lot of people don't. Like, where are you guys with this? Do we love this? Are we over it? Thoughts?
I'm kind of like mid on it. I'm still watching for sure. It's only been like 3 episodes, so I'm just trying to see how it shakes out. But um, yeah, I don't know. It's like the fallout from the scandal, but it's like kind of, Sandoval just not taking accountability episode after episode. Like, how long are we gonna watch that? Um, Schwartz moping around, Ariana and the girls icing the guys out. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how they're gonna carry out a whole season doing just this. So that's my one like issue with it right now.
It's a
Does it
good
have that
issue.
problem? Yeah. Does it have that problem that I feel like this was way, way back in the day, but when Keeping Up with the Kardashians was on E, I was like, we saw all this already. Why are we doing this 6 months later? Is it like kind of that same thing where we're seeing all of this fallout 6 months ago before the sandwich shop opened and everything? And now
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
don't really care about the behind the scenes of the fallout that we saw play out on Instagram and podcasts, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of that. It feels a little stale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's different is we're now in their homes, so we're seeing the conversations, we're getting the
Mm-hmm.
full
Mm-hmm.
play-by-play and the tea of what's actually happening. But yeah, Raquel's not there. And so we're just talking
Mm-hmm.
around and about Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, there's definitely a feeling of staleness to it for sure. Like the novelty has worn off a little bit. And I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hoping to see what can happen this season to bring it back. I'm like still locked in, but I don't know. I'm not like fully in on it.
I'm kind of the same. Like, I think it's interesting this season. To me, I'm always like, okay, well, we will do it this season. It does feel stale,
Hmm.
but where will we be next season? Like, we cannot
Hmm.
have another season of talking about the fallout of Raquel, especially if she's
No.
gone from this whole season. Like, where does
Right.
this show? I mean,
Where's it
Schwartz is
go?
now sober curious. Sheena's
Hmm.
trying a sober, like everyone's
Hmm.
sober,
Everybody's
which is
sober.
fine. I support
Yeah.
your
Hmm.
journey,
Yes,
Sure.
right,
but
right.
this is no longer the show where everyone's sleeping with everyone else. And look, you've grown
Yeah.
up, but
Yeah.
where
Mm-hmm.
does this show go from here next season? That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think they'll get through this season. It will all be
Hmm.
about Scandoval. I still keep saying the only thing to me, if you want to keep this going, is you better figure out how much money you can give to Raquel, and you better convince her to come back next season. That will keep this entire thing going for an entire other season. Otherwise, you better hope something happens.
Huge happens.
Without the Scandoval, because we can't do this. Like, I think this season, look, the ratings are freaking great, by the way. Great.
Okay.
Higher than all the housewives, right? Like the ratings, I mean, not together, but Beverly Hills is like 1.1, which is high now. And like Vanderpump for the first, that got 1.3, 1.4. I think with playback, it was like in the threes, like something really high. So people are still in, but I don't like you keep next season. We can't still be talking about this.
No, I think that's a good point. This is kind of like a filler season we're in. We're just trying to get through it, but what's then the future of Vanderpump beyond this? Yeah.
And I believe Ariana when she says like we will never interact again, and I don't blame her. I'm not like, but if you're never going to interact with Tom and he's never going to interact with you, like we need something like Sheena, Lala, Katie, something better happen here, or we better script something because we can't watch this again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different show at this point. None of them are working at any of the restaurants. As you said, everybody's sober now. They all got their homes, living in the valley, like just a quieter life. And it's just a totally different show. So the expectation of like the mess and the hooking up and the drama that Vanderpump is kind of gone. So I think, the network has to figure out like what is the show going to become? Do we if we want to keep the allure and the mess of Vanderpump, does that bring in a new cast? They tried doing that before. It was not very good. Or do we close up shop and just say like this show's over? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. So what do you think, as we wrap up, what do you think is going to happen this rest of this season on The Bachelor, since the Two Black Girls, One Rose podcast focuses on Bachelor Nation? Like, what do you have predictions? Who's going to be the final two, do you think, with our boy Joey?
Ooh. Oh, man.
Because you guys are good at the names. The names, I mean, like, still... You might get Anne Marie's name wrong, but I don't know how you're keeping all of these
names.
I mean, when we like whittle it down, but there's still, I know plenty of names, but there's still people there. I'm like, I don't know her name.
Yeah. I think my final two are Kelsey A from New Orleans, who he's been smitten with from literally the first time he saw her. And I think Daisy. Maybe. I think.
Which one's Daisy now?
Daisy's the blonde with the cochlear implants.
She's the one that I said I didn't see the chemistry with, and you guys said on your podcast. Well, I need to see it again. I think I'm curious what your thoughts are too. I think definitely Kelsey A.
Yeah.
And to me, the second biggest chemistry, but I mean, is that I forgot her name, the one that can't have children, possibly.
Oh, Lexi.
Lexi.
Well, I don't know. I see strong chemistry with Lexi.